Keep your blaster handy, the West is a dangerous place. Fight to survive as men turn to monsters and the dead rise on the Wild West Exodus Hub at beastsofwar.com. Progress comes to a world of magic as science and the arcane combine to make marvels. Meet steampunk inventors and orc mystics at the Volsung Hub on beastsofwar.com.
Hi guys, welcome to What's in the Box. Myself and John are having a look at some Team Yankee today.
Yeah, we are looking at the ubiquitous, the well-produced, the long service historied, the BMP.
You mean ubiquitous?
Ubiquitous. Same spelling. Yes, the ubiquitous BMP1/2 because you get both in the box.
Let's see if I can get this under close camera for everybody to see. So this is them complete, yeah?
Yeah.
Very, very tidy looking little vehicle.
They are lovely.
Soviet?
Yes, definitely. Soviet, Polish, anything really, because the Eastern Bloc sold these to anybody and everybody. Okay. And they are still in service.
Really?
Yep. These things, the last major conflict they've been involved in is the Syrian issues over there. I think the Syrian Federation forces are still using BMP1s and BMP2s. Okay. Certainly using 2s, I'm not sure maybe if 1s are still going.
We're getting two types of sprue here.
Yes, so we have enough to make 5 BMP1s, or you can convert them to make 5 BMP2s.
Right, is there much of a difference?
The 1s have a smaller turret that has a 76mm gun.
Right. The
BMP2 has a larger turret, which I believe has more men in it, and has a 30mm autocannon.
Okay. What would you rather have?
Ooh.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
I don't know. They're both pretty good. But to be fair, when the BMP1 came out, the West sort of looked at it and went, uh-oh, because that's got a big gun on it.
All right, well, let's put the sprue under close camera.
Okay, so
we've got our two hull types.
Yeah,
so I assume this is the BMP2.
Yeah, the one with the larger ring.
Yeah, this one
is the BMP2 hull. And the other one is the BMP1.
Okay. This is?
That is the missile launcher for the BMP2.
Okay, this is?
That is the gun for the BMP2.
This is?
That is a spotlight.
Okay, and this is your lower hull.
And that is our lower hull.
This is the gun for the BMP1.
Yep, and the missile for the BMP1.
Is that a rocket or a missile?
It is a missile. It is a Sager wire-guided anti-tank missile.
Okay.
So not only did this thing have a 76mm short barrel gun, this had anti-tank capability.
Okay, fair enough.
And pretty good anti-tank capability.
So basically, something in that general direction offends me. Fire.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
The Israelis learned very quickly in the Sinai how dangerous a Sager missile was.
Okay.
And they had a lot of trouble with them.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, second sprue.
Yep.
So we have tracks, which I think just same on both, yeah?
Yep.
Rear hatch, same on both?
Yep.
Okay. Couple of commanders' cupolas.
Yeah, now one obviously will go on the BMP2's turret. I believe actually both of them go on the BMP2 turret.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have two pegs to actually fit it into the actual turret assembly.
Yeah, those glue to the bottom of the turret.
We have a hatch.
Yep, that'll
what
be BMP1.
Are these, smoke launchers?
Those are smoke launchers.
Okay.
They're for the BMP2.
We then have the BMP2 top turret, bottom turret, BMP1 top turret, bottom turret.
Yep.
So, I see. So you see for the BMP1.
It's just the small.
Yeah, it's just a hatch, which is here.
Yep.
So this hatch to here, and then this goes on to this.
Correct.
Right, so overall, John, how effective would this have been if the Cold War had went hot?
Well, essentially, at the time, this was the first what we now know as an IFV, which is an infantry fighting vehicle.
Okay.
This allowed Soviet infantry to fire their weapons from inside the vehicle, while the vehicle itself had enough armor and enough firepower to sort of back up the troops after they debussed.
Okay. We have some commanders here as well.
Yep.
So I assume these will work with either one.
Yes.
So I think I can get a little closer for these.
There you go.
Yep. So just standard little Russian commanders. Look, one of them's waving and saying, "Hello."
Hello, everybody turn right or left, whatever. Left.
Well, the Russians weren't still using the flag method of actually commanding tanks at this point, were they?
Yeah, it's in some cases, yeah. They
really?
Were. Yeah.
Really? Why?
Not as seriously as they were in the Second World War, but, you know, radio attack was still
Okay.
They probably would have practiced signal flags a lot in case of nuclear detonation, and you had the EMP that might have wiped out all your radios if they weren't properly sorted out. So
yeah, here's my problem. I'm now having to wave a flag outside of my tank to tell everybody where to go in the middle of nuclear fallout.
yes, that's why you have NBC suits.
Okay.
Or MOP suits, as the Americans call them.
Okay.
You had MOP. Don and Jan will be able to tell you MOP. What was it? MOP condition 1, MOP condition 2.
Okay, fair enough. In game, do we have anything interesting to say about them?
In game, these are your battle taxis.
Okay.
You put your infantry in these things. These things charge forward. You debus your infantry, but the BMPs can stay and they can continue the fight with the infantry rather than, as you see in a lot of in Flames of War, World War II, your half tracks will roll up, debus their infantry, and they're practically useless after that because they don't have the armor and they don't have a decent enough weapon.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, let's have a look at some of the stat cards just while we're here. So, BMP1 op.
That's your observation vehicle, so that would be your command vehicle.
Yep. You got Scout.
The BMP2 Scout. Yep.
Yeah.
You got your more. So this is BMP2 as transport.
And then BMP1 as transport.
Yeah.
So it was all just battle buses.
Yeah,
for these
pretty
things.
much.
Yeah. Overall, I'm curious to see how these work in game because, well, hang on, how many can I get? See if you can find how many you can get there.
Okay, so that's an observation tank. That won't matter. Give me one of the transport cards.
There you go.
Because the transport cards.
Well, here's the platoon card.
Right.
So, 4 of them you can run as BMP2 for 6 points.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's that whole Russian mentality of more is more.
Yeah, but remember that when you're looking at these, this is the recon platoon card. So this is the BMPs acting on their own.
Aye.
As far as transportation goes, you buy the transports for every amount of infantry you have in a particular platoon. So if the platoons or battalion's quite big, you can have BMPs for every single unit.
Aye.
And everybody can be mobile on them.
Okay.
So you do have a potential to make a incredibly mobile force, as it should be.
Well, this was coming into true modern warfare.
Yes.
Where it was go in, get objective, get out.
Yep.
This was not trench lines of just slog at each other for a few years.
Yeah, this the whole thing when you read the Team Yankee novel, it does put across that mobility. It doesn't matter. The Americans are in a good firing position, but all of a sudden the Russians have attacked them, but all of a sudden they're attacking 5 miles down the line and they're pushing.
Aye.
As soon as they found a break, they pushed, and that's how the Russians worked in this theoretical Third World War. They would have pushed anywhere they could break through.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll send you away.
Yep.
Get them put together for us, and we'll come back for another bit of a chat and actually see how they look after the break.
From Viking halls to the cities of the future, terrain buffs will love our foreground hub. Watch gaming tables of all genres come to life at beastsofwar.com. It's time for 28mm World War II action. Will you recreate history or reshape it your way? On the Bolt Action Hub at beastsofwar.com.
Okay, we're back. We have them built.
Yes.
How are they?
Very easy and very tidy little kits. Minimum cleaning. Excellent to put together. I've built them all as BMP1s because I just
I'm assuming you want to run them as BMP1s in the game.
Yes, I very much do.
Let's get one of them under our close camera here. So they are quite the mean looking little thing.
They are quite a mean looking thing.
And again, they look as if they could just split a tree with this big angle on the front.
Yeah.
That is a question though, because this is so flat, I'm guessing these want it to be held down because anything hitting here, yes, it's a hell of a slope, but that's got to be some thin armor.
Oh yeah, I mean the BMPs are very thin armor. I believe it's actually only aluminium they're made of.
Really?
Yeah, they are very thin and very light. But that is part of their own defense. Like, they are light and fast.
So if they're not there to get hit, they don't really need to worry about armor.
Yeah. The other thing with BMP is it's that shape because it's amphibious.
Oh.
So they can swim.
Oh, so it's a little boaty.
It's a little boat tank. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's put all of them under our close camera and have a look at them. So.
Yeah.
One's out of formation.
Shoot it, Commissar.
They are a really nice vehicle, and
Yep.
then you've left all the turrets loose on them, so you can actually swing them to face, which is, I know it's silly, but I like doing that with a vehicle when it's on the tabletop. I
Yep.
like rotating the turret to face where I'm shooting.
I like the tank to look like it's pointing at what it's trying to shoot.
Exactly,
You know.
exactly. And like overall, it's a really nice little kit. I'm guessing you're going to see tons and tons of these on the tabletop because let's not forget, there are objectives and stuff in Team Yankee,
Yep.
and you're going to need your infantry to pull that off.
Yep, I think it would be mad to run an infantry heavy army without BMPs because they're just not going to get anywhere.
Aye, the movement's just not there, whereas once you're in one of these, you've at least got a chance to get up the field.
Yep. Now, back to my historical rants.
Okay, okay.
I've actually had a ride in one of these.
Did one of these turn up to the MVC show?
Well, yeah, we had a... Well,
Because there were
actually,
something similar.
it was an OT90. It's the same hull but different turret. I got a ride in an OT90.
Okay.
And I was sat in the commander's hatch, and those things are like speedboats across country. It is terrifying. Because as soon as that thing hits a bump, you don't feel it on the suspension, but the whole thing rocks back and forth a little, and it's just like, oh, I'm going to be seasick. But they are horribly nippy. The one I was in, he was doing nearly 40 miles an hour in this thing.
Aye, in a field.
Across a field, across an off-road course.
Aye.
And he went down a 6-foot drop in one. And it was one of those moments, it was that typical tanker moment when you hear tankies talk when they're looking through periscopes. It's like, ground, sky, ground, sky, ground. And that was it. And I was stood out of the hatch trying to look around, and it just went sky, ground. And this thing
I'm
ducked
surprised
down.
if it was going like this, it wasn't throwing you into the turret ring.
Oh, well, yeah, it was.
I've had that happen with you when you were driving, and
Yeah.
that hurts.
He did a donut in it while I was...
Not really.
Yeah, I was stood up in the hatch, so I was about up to my waist,
Aye.
and the hatch ring was here. And I looked down, and I seen him grab the tiller, and I was like, uh-oh. He did that with the tiller, and I just went... I was trying to film it, and I was hanging off the side of this OT90 going, I'm gonna fall!
Do you still have that footage?
I have it somewhere, yeah.
Hunt it out for me, because I think that would be hilarious.
The camera footage is hilarious because it's just me looking at the ground. It's like, oh, you hear the roar of this thing's engine, and I'm just looking at the ground because I dare not move.
Brilliant.
But
I think that thing actually had smoke built into it, didn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Because I remember it just putting out a big cloud at one point and reversing into it.
Yeah, they can they spray diesel onto the exhaust, and that creates a huge smoke plume, so they can do that as well. But they are a fantastic vehicle, still in service, and they definitely earned their reputation for being a very good battle taxi.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, guys, drop us a comment below. Are you going to be using these in your games of Team Yankee? Have you already used them? Myself and John will move on here. We will see you in the next video.
Become a general of mighty armies at the Kings of War Hub. Take command of elves, dwarves, and orcs in this game of masked fantasy combat on beastofwar.com. Venture into the dangerous dungeons of myth as a mighty hero and stand against the darkness. Visit the Myth Hub on beastofwar.com and begin your story.